Hey, Jesse. How are you, my dear? We're going to kick this off in about a minute. Mary, let me give you a link. Jesse, you're welcome to come join us. Hi, Greg, Laurie. Sister Luckmo is here. Dan Floros. Holly Gibbs. Hey, everybody. Roger Salmon. Looking for a little help up here, Mary? Yes. Giving writing lessons. Wow, that's nice. Are you coming up, Mary? Trying to get your computer up. All right, here we go. Mary's right here. Here she is.
Oh, I can't hear it. I'm backstage.
Hey.
There you are.
No, you're not.
Oh,
you're
I'm on
right
there.
up here with us. There you are.
Hey, how are you?
Hi there. Good. How are you?
Doing good. Oh, I got a little
Wonderful.
bit of echo.
Okay, here. Yeah.
Can't get it up on my TV.
Hello, Picture Man.
Hey, everybody. The sound's way down.
That might be me.
Okay, and I've got an echo. Hey. There it goes. Okay, got it. The sound is real low on the
Yeah, I
video.
think so too.
Okay. Just barely hear the music. But I do have an echo. Okay, Morgan says.
Mercy, William Pridemore. Hello, hello. Live chat, not top chat, right? Lee is here. There's Gandalf that thinks he's Saruman, but he is definitely Gandalf. What's going on? I don't know. Did you catch Gandalf's rant on Jesse's stream this noon?
I did.
I absolutely went off. Oh, that moron. God.
Bless
You
your
know,
heart.
I'll tell you, really, and I said it there and I'll say it again. I'm done with stupidity. I'm done with Marxism. I'm done with this whole notion of everything about our country is wrong. It's terrible and it's dirty and it's nasty. That is childish. It's obscene. And it's not deserving of anything other than absolute contempt. It certainly is not deserving of any rational discourse or any legitimate conversation. It is poop, to describe it in terms we find at the bottom of our fish tank. It is mulm. Good for fertilizer, but not much else.
Uh-oh. Can you hear that?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
Lee liked it, watched it 3 times. Yeah, I watched it. I went back and watched it just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
I got a few licks in, but man, there was.
Oh.
Who is that? What is that?
That was me, I think.
Oh, all right. That was the echo you're
See,
worried about.
I've got an echo on my end, but everybody else says they don't hear it.
The Muppet Show will soon be over. Yeah, you said it. Right. I got that.
Oh, Cassie's at swim.
The Muppet Show soon done. You're another twit, Dan. Honest to God.
Oh, now Sister Lockmo says she hears the echo.
Echo.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe it was what you were just doing.
Okay. And Cassie is at swim lessons with her son.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for her to make on in the evening.
Hey, Madrul. I got to figure out this echo. It's bad.
I don't hear it at all. Yeah, it's interestingly, he's saying we're at the end of the Earth's third ice age. Planet ebbs and flows, and her sun is also at a high. Yeah, it's absolutely true. We are entering a genuine ice age. And probably human activity is what is preventing that from advancing quite as quickly as it might otherwise. You know, it doesn't take much for an ice age to take over the northern climes like New York North. All it needs is for the frozen subsoil to remain frozen for 1 year, for one season, and you're locked in at that point. It doesn't go back because the second time it comes in, it goes deeper and taller. And at that point, just literally in 1 year. In 1 year, you can have the beginnings of a substantial ice age in which a significant portion of the Earth's crust becomes solidly frozen, permafrost. So I think what we're doing is really preventing that from happening. we're maintaining a livable environment where nature is not necessarily on our side. At least the advancement of the spheres, if you will, the spinning of the Earth on its axis and the like. It's all rather interesting when you look at it from a purely scientific perspective and not from some kind of political orientation.
Yeah.
And that's what I was really getting on about today. I mean, this guy that came on says he's so full of himself and so full of his politics that he really can't see beyond that. And I'm done with that. I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. I'm not going to sit there and smile when people say the most asinine things they can possibly say without even realizing how stupid they are. It just I'm not gonna sit by and say not gonna do it. I'll say I'll at least do that much and probably more. Who in the world was it? I was on with somebody today following that little escapade. I've had a bunch of calls about it, just really fun calls. And there are old men. There are old men that are bitter. There are bitter old men, and you all know some probably. Bitter old men who just have nothing good to say about anything. And so they bitch and moan and whine and complain about everything they can possibly pop into their brain. And they're just really not worth listening to. They're really not. And that's what people do after a while. They stop listening. I mean, how can you tolerate that stuff on and on, day after day? It's impossible. And that's a big part of what we've been dealing with in this country for decades. Just people going on and on about how horrible we are, how terrible we are, how sinful we are, how miserable we are, how we create all kind of chaos and all kind of problems in the world. And it's all bunk. It's bunk coming out of bitter people who haven't the ability to think and to understand what they need to do to make their lives and the lives of the people around them better. They'd rather bitch and moan and whine and complain about the government or whatever it is being responsible for their problems. It's a victim mentality that doesn't serve us as free people well at all. And we just lost Mary. But she'll be back. She'll be back. And I was just coming to the end of my rant. So now what do I do? Let's look at Lee Wilcox. Lee, why don't you come up here and bounce off of me a while? I'm an old fart, and I'll never let anyone wipe the smile off my face or stop me from laughing. Amen. Amen to that. Absolutely. I think old men have a responsibility to be joyous. To be joyous. And if that means saying things that hurt somebody's widow feelings, well, get over it. Just get over it. You're not that important, and your widow feelings should not dominate anyone, much less yourself. Goodness sakes. Let's see. She needs the link again. All right, we can do that. We can give her the link. There's the link, baby. Lee, come on up, please. Join us. Oh, it's probably midnight there, isn't it? Yeah, about midnight. Oh, glory. Riddle. Very well said, Father Fish and Lee. You bet. You bet. There she is.
Okay.
Who's this? I got you.
I still got an echo.
A fish with a
Hey, a fish.
Hello.
This is our young friend.
How's it
Oh,
going?
well, hello. Goodness sakes. What's your name?
My real name's Aaron.
Aaron. Happy to meet you. Where
You too.
what state where are you located in general?
I'm in Ottawa right now.
Ottawa, you're Canadian.
Yeah.
So how is keeping fish different? Well, you wouldn't know different maybe. But are there special considerations for keeping fish in a climate that gets bitter cold in the winter?
Well, in terms of keeping outdoor fish, I think there would definitely be that factor. But when you're indoors and the temperature is quite stable, I think it's quite fine and quite normal. But I haven't really tried the outdoor keeping.
Oh, you need to do it. There's nothing like fun. They're just great fun. And you certainly can do it. Just the best way to do it is like a half barrel or some kind of tub that you can lower the water level in and drag it inside somewhere into a garage or something, and then try to keep natives in it. That's what's really fun, is to do local fish in an outdoor pond. You may need to bring it into the winter if you can't dig it into the ground. I would imagine ice gets pretty thick up there, so that could be a problem.
Yeah, I was looking to actually do a native aquarium. I wanted to do to go out and catch some local fish from my river, and I thought that would be pretty cool to just have a Canadian fish tank.
Oh, you bet, absolutely. That'd be
All right,
great
Father
fun.
Fish. Well,
Yeah, you
I'm
need
gonna
to.
get going. I don't have too much time.
All
I
right.
just wanted to come on and
Thank
say
you for
hi.
coming up.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming up.
You as well.
And we will
Thank you.
get your we dropped your link and stuff, so we're hopefully everybody get subscribed to a Fish with the YouTube channel.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're
Take
welcome.
care. Bye bye
Take
now.
I still have an echo. I don't know why, but I do.
Don't worry about it. I don't.
Happy birthday to Caitlin, who is 40A's fiance, and she's
Oh,
watching.
very nice.
So we want to make sure to say happy birthday to
Caitlin, happy birthday to you, Caitlin.
her.
Leah is saying, I wish you could have met my dad. When he found out he was terminal, he taught me how to go out laughing and with dignity. The bloody old bastard, I miss him so much. I know, my dad too.
I know.
My dad went out at the greatest moment he and I ever shared, where we were just as one, and looking forward to really building a future together in his ministry. And within 48 hours, he was shot and killed. So that was pretty devastating. But I always had just those precious moments when we were finally, after years and years, really standing together as a real team, both committed to each other.
Hey, Marco. Marco just came in too.
Do you have Jesse's link?
Somebody just dropped it, I think.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, yeah. A fish. Marco is here. Hello, Marco. Greetings from Italy. Where are we all from tonight? We've got Italy, Canada, England, U.S., East Coast.
Where's Rohan? Rohan's in the India.
Rohan is India, isn't he?
Cynthia's from Philippines, but she's not. I don't know if she's here.
Riddle is here in the States, but he's from. Where is he from? Where are you from, Riddle?
I don't.
He's from Europe, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember. Marco.
Sandy Dog. Hello, coffee.
Arcus. Hello, Arcus.
So, how was the rest of your day after all that excitement? Just been more exciting?
Well, no, it was kind of boring before that, and it got boring after that. That was kind of the highlight of my day.
Down there with your babies.
I did call Jess and apologize, but she wouldn't have it. She was thrilled I did.
Yeah. I got my computer. I wasn't quite set up good.
And then Alex called me to basically say the same thing. And who
Yeah,
else called me? Kay called me, I think.
Morgan, my daughter. New to your channel from Missouri. Hello, Amber. Oh, T-Bone's here.
Oh, hi, T-Bone.
Can't forget
Nice
all
to
the
see you.
Australian people. Hey, we have
Amber, hi, Amber. New to your channel from Missouri. Amber's in Missouri. And Morgan says, coffee, we're talking about fish, baby. You betcha.
And that's my daughter.
I know.
Good job,
Sure
Morgan. I'm so tickled.
She's in Maryland. Huh?
Yeah, no, she's in Kentucky. That's the one with the queen.
I got them all mixed up.
Yeah,
Morgan's in Kentucky. Okay.
And Morgan was with me through all those years that I had my fish room and all of our fish tanks, and she's probably the only one that can remember all the all the fish I used. Hey, John Larson. Was it John last night that said he had the turtle? The cicada? Let's see. We've got.
Yes, it was. That's right. He had the big tortoises.
Glenn Walton is from New Zealand. Hello, Glenn. Hello, Joe.
Oh, nice.
Patrick. Hey, Al Wet Socks.
Hi, Al. Praying for your wife. How's your wife doing, Al?
How are the puppies? And Lori's in Baltimore. Let's see these little stinkies. Here they come. Here they are, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the Betta's doing okay.
James Andy, 11:13. Did I fall asleep and not know it? No, James, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yes, tomorrow is the 13th. I got to keep track of it. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th, yeah. Right?
Oh,
Something's supposed to happen tomorrow, but I forgot what. I was supposed to have an appointment or something.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure whatever it is, I'll miss it, I'm sure.
Hello, Keith. Keith Hanshaw is from Oklahoma. Yes, John has the 125-pound tortoise. That is cool. We've got a lot of new faces in here, and that's kind of what we do.
This is the evening crowd, Mary.
So this
Happy winter. You know better than I do, actually.
That's right.
Really?
I hear kids screaming in the background. They're all wound up. They found some of their Halloween candy.
Oh, dear. Still a long road to go, Al says. His wife's doing all right. Praise God. Amen.
That is wonderful.
Well, that's good news. Yeah, that's what I heard. Cassie told us that Stephen's son is up and about walking around. So that's certainly very, very, very good news.
Yes, it sure is. It really is. Let me see if I can fix this light.
We needed some good news.
Yes, we do.
Marky, hello. Keith said, this is when I can normally watch or listen. Well, there ain't nothing normal about this, Marco.
Oh, I'm trying to fix my light. Oh, my
really?
God. I don't know what to do here. Oh, well.
James Andy is in New Hampshire. I used to live in Northfield, Massachusetts, which has the town in Mass that's bordered by both Vermont and New Hampshire. So the three states come together right there in that little tiny dirt town. Tiny little town. It was the home of the Northfield School for Girls and the Mount Hermon School for Boys, both of which were started by a 19th century evangelist, and I'm struggling to remember his name. It's just not coming to me.
Yeah.
He was a man who went to England and began his evangelistic crusade in England and grew hugely popular there, and then came here to the States and just expanded his popularity and his salvation. He brought many people, many people to Christ. But he had a summer retreat in Northfield that later turned into a school, a private school for girls, and then they spun off a private school for boys, which existed for, golly, between the two of them, 75 years at least. They now have merged into one campus, or at least into one school. I haven't been back. I don't know if they kept the two campuses or not, but I was there in the 60s, and I was king of the hippies. I was actually, I was priest. I was priest to the hippies. That was the time, the age when there were kids moving out into the woods, creating communes.
Right.
And I was pretty deeply involved with one of those communes called the Brotherhood of the Spirit. It was the Brotherhood of the Spirit. I later founded the Fellowship of Lights in Baltimore, which is an ongoing organization working with kids, adolescents in trouble. But it was a remarkable time. I used to go out, get in my car, and drive out to Vermont and New Hampshire, way out in the woods, and visit these little encampments of kids living in the woods, trying somehow to survive on it all.
We had a group, I think they called them the Rainbow People, that lived out. Oh, somebody was saying,
In Appalachia,
let's see here. Oh, Coffee has a question.
yes.
Can I start the chat with a question on freeze-dried food? I just ordered some dried krill for my angels and choco cichlid. Any downside to freeze-dried or good source of freeze-dried or good source? Wait a minute, I've messed that up. Any downside to freeze-dried or good source of protein?
Well,
Freeze-dried, does it make it not as good?
okay, so think of it this way. You're going to take a green bean, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put it in a frost-free freezer, unwrapped. You can just lay it in there. What's going to happen to it? First thing is all the moisture will be pulled out of it. So it'll become dry and shriveled. And the longer it's there, the more it becomes like a piece of paper or cardboard or something. It loses all of its vitality, but more than that, it loses virtually all of its nutritional value. Freeze dry will reconstitute more or less, but all it does is reconstitute to a puffy piece of cardboard. I mean, it may look like a worm, it don't smell like a worm. It has virtually no food value. It's just convenient. So, and that's why they do it, because it's convenient.
But it's still a better food regardless than just say a flake food, isn't it? Or, well,
there's really not a lot of difference between them.
Okay.
What is Meriddle talking about?
Who? Madrul?
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's talking about, unfortunately, that's a disease that spreads without any cure. And he's talking to Amber. So what did Amber have to say? Here it is. Amber Gruball. I suffer from, oh, here we go. Yeah, this is good.
Okay.
I suffer, this is the dread disease of the fish keeper, of the hobbyist. I suffer from multiple tank syndrome. So far, I have a 50-gallon and 20-gallon running and 4 empty tanks with plans. Oh, man. Honey, you got a road to go that's going to amaze you. You, you're going to be amazed where
Right.
you go.
And it just happens. I mean, you can't help it. You just
I
can't.
know it. Well, when you think about it, if you really love fish, and there's such an enormous variety,
Right.
an endless variety,
And
that you wind up, you wind up very early on deciding, well, I'm going to do this group of fish because I can't deal with that. I can't have 500-gallon tanks. I mean, I can't handle a 5-foot tarpon. It just won't stay in any tank I care to have. Won't even live in my swimming pool. So you narrow it down to what you really can do, but you're always somehow dreaming about what you would like to do. And so when you move, whenever that happens, you try to figure out a way to do your dream, which is the bigger tank or 500 tanks or whatever it is. So you make that transition. And generally, a fish keeper who starts like in their teens or 20s, by the time they hit my age, they've been through 5 or 6 major transitions, including a couple of minor ones, or in addition to probably a lot of minor ones. And they reach the point where they pretty well settle on what they like the best. And that's what they're doing. I never got there. I got stuck on, wow, I'd love to have that fish. And so I did a fish store. Because in a fish store, I get to have everything. I get to have anything I want. What's amazing to me is how often I get fish that nobody else wants. And it astounds me. Uh, this is a fish I've wanted for 25 years. How come people aren't beating out the door to buy it? Come in here and buy this. Look at this. I mean, this is an utterly remarkable fish, and there it sits. And so eventually somebody will come in and buy it. But very often I'll have it for months and months and months before just the right person comes in and I can't believe you got, and they're right where I was 25 years ago. And that's the real delight, to be able to satisfy myself 25 years ago by getting that fish to somebody who wants it when they really want it. It's great fun.
And what an incredible fish room you created. Sorry, my light's wonky.
No, it's good. That's fine. That's okay. I like the other one. It makes you brighter. It makes you glow more. Put the other one on a minute. What's the other one look like? There. I like that. That's pink. It's very pink.
I'm a pink girl.
It's rosy. Yeah, it shows your red hair. That's good. I like it.
That kind of covers up that gray.
There you go. Right.
So the little betta's still kicking around just fine. He survived.
Oh, good. Meriddle says that's fortunately, he says, fortunately, it's a disease that spreads without a cure.
Right.
Now, for those of you who are struggling, and I just want to provide some counsel and advice here. For those of you who are struggling with a spouse who is not quite on board yet, and whose attitude is, what? another tank, I have a solution for you.
Okay.
The solution is you make your spouse a promise. And the promise is you will never go to the fish store again without them going with you. Okay? Just make that promise, and then you've got to stick to it. So no matter how much you want to go, if he or she is not ready to go, listen, it's okay. I'm not going to go until you're ready to go with me, because I want you there with me. And eventually that'll break down and he or she will go with you. And when they do, make sure they stay inside the store, in the store, and are walking around. If you have to take them by the arm and guide them, walk around until they start really looking at the fish,
Right.
and looking in the tanks. And that when that happens, back off. Just take a step back and then take another step back and leave them alone and let them find their way. And I'll tell you what'll happen. They're going to come out of there and they're going to say, boy, I really like those blue guppies.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, wow, I did too. Let's get some and get a tank for them. And it'll be yours. And I'll help you with it. But it'll be yours. You get to take care of them and feed them. I'll take care of all the mechanics. I'll get it set up and do all the hard work. But it'll be yours to take care of. Get them involved.
Right.
Right.
All
You
it-
got to get them involved.
My husband came over here and they like flittered in front of him, the little bettas. Like he thinks they love him. So when he gets near the tank, they flitter around. You know, they're looking for him.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
I told him that they loved him, so now he loves them.
All right. That's what you got to do. It's got to be a team thing. In order for it to work right, it really needs to be a team effort.
Let's see.
You know-
George Carter wants to know what temperature guppies should be kept at.
What temperature guppies should be kept at? Lord.
Morgan's comment. My daughter just called me out. She said, my mom cannot be trusted in the fish store. She sees all those poor little fish and has to coach her away from them.
I know. It's
Sorry.
true. It's true. Temperature for guppies, mercy. Well, the thing that's interesting about it is that guppies have been around long enough and have been developed in captivity long enough that they're pretty adaptable to the point that you can keep guppies in pretty much whatever conditions you care to keep them in. There are so-called optimal. I mean, optimal for me is 78 to 82, with 82 being the optimal of optimal. But you can keep guppies in water that's 60, 65 degrees. And they'll do just fine. I mean, you don't want to throw ice cubes in and drag it down. But
Right.
if the water gets down low like that, by and large, they're going to be okay. They'll live in water that's in the 90s. That's really very warm. Now, 100 is a bit much for most fish, but most fish can tolerate water in the mid 90s. It's rare that water actually in nature gets that hot or hotter. Water is not above ground typically.
Right.
Water is in ground. It's the nature of water to be in the earth, not on the earth. So because of it being in the earth, it's absorbing ambient temperature, not just from the surface, but more continuously and consistently from the earth itself, which as you get down deeper in becomes cooler and cooler. You dig down a shovel load or two into the earth, and no matter how hot it is that day. That earth down there is in the mid 60s,
Yeah.
maybe 70, but it's
Coffee,
not going to be warmer than that.
Coffee asked a question about the temperature on guppies. Does it affect different temperatures? Does it affect the sex of the fry?
I don't think so. There
Okay.
are fish that are affected, not so much by temperature. Well, yeah, some are by temperature. Oh, trying to think. Actually, some of the game fish are affected by the temperature of the eggs. A higher temperature will produce typically more males, I think, and a lower more females, or maybe it's the other way. I don't remember. pH is another one. pH can also affect the sex of the fish. With guppies, I don't know, perhaps. I've really never noticed that kind of a declension, if you will. You can look that one up, Alex. That's a good one. Declension. But the most guppies, you're going to get a pretty even split of males and females, which seems kind of odd because one male can breed with a dozen or more females. So in terms of biological necessity, it doesn't take many males. What happens, however, is that the males spar with each other. So if you've got 12 males and 12 females, not all of those males are going to mate with any of those females. In fact, only about a third of them will. The other third are going to be bullied. They're going to be picked on by the other males. They're going to be suppressed. They're going to be put down. They're going to be, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Go away, little boy. Leave it to us men. There's a lot of that goes on in the fish
Everywhere.
really.
Hello, Vanosky. Let's see here.
I'll tell you what, though. The in Tanganyika, Lake Tanganyika, the teenage boys, they gang up. They form little squads, and they deliberately stay small. They don't get real big. They stay little. And this big male will have his harem, maybe a 3 or 4 foot circle, and he's maybe 6 inches long, and he's got a harem of shells. And every one of these shells has got a female in it. So he's gone out, he gathers up all these shells, fights other ones for it, hauls them in, brings them all in. He's got this huge mound of snail shells, big ones like that. And every one of them has a girl in them. It's got a female inside the shell, and she's busy laying eggs and raising babies. And he goes over there, he injects some sperm here, and they're just, being macho man and bully and dragging them up, picking up these shells. Well, here we go. These little boys, nasty little boys. They gang up in a little crowd, and they go, and they hide under the shells, and they sneak into his domain. And he doesn't see them because he's out there looking for other big guys. And here they are sneaking down, and they stay under the shells, and they'll dart inside a shell looking for a female that's ready to breed, and they'll breed with her. And they go out and they go darting around looking for another one. And pretty soon, they've completely ruined the harem. They've destroyed it. They get him back, and he never knew what happened. And all of a sudden, he's got all these babies. As soon as they, wow, boy, look at me, look at what I did. And then he starts seeing, that's odd. That's not black. What's that? What's that doing there? And he begins to see fry that are clearly not his progeny. And he's been snookered. snookered by a bunch of little snots that snuck in on him. And that's true story. That's absolute true story. That really happens just that way.
Oh, hello, Stefan. That's me from Germany. Just came in. Thomas sneaky mails. Oh, Alex said, going back to the thing about the sexing of the fry, he says high TDS often means more males because TDS indicates no rain for a while in puddles, and low TDS is a washout of flood, which spreads to new areas, so the females happen in low TDS.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex.
Hey, who has golden white cloud minnows on the East Coast? Sister Lockmo's looking for some.
I haven't seen them for a while. God, they're so expensive.
Chubbs has those.
Yeah, they're insanely expensive.
Yeah. Or Alex, I think Alex has some, but he's not on the East Coast. He's west.
I could probably get them, but Lord, I am just done with shipping fish. I just shipped some out yesterday. The quickest I could get them to the destination was 4 days. 4 days, unless I was willing to spend $120 to ship $25 for the fish.
Oh my goodness.
It was insane, just completely insane.
Yeah.
And that was not the case, before all this COVID stuff. That's something brand new. It never took that long, and it never cost that much. So we need to find a better way to do this.
Yeah.
That's not working.
And just the fact, like you said, just how long it takes for something to get somewhere. I mean, it's
insane. I shipped pygmy sunfish, which might make it. They're tiny little fish, and I put them in a pretty good amount of water. So hopefully they're going to make it, unless it gets too cold. But we'll see. I'll hear back, I'm sure, by tomorrow or Saturday.
If they made it or not.
Yeah.
Did your girl come in and help you? The one that was helping?
She did, Jenny. Yeah.
Deal.
I got her coming in at 3-4 days a week. We'll see. She's knowledgeable, and I think she can be helpful. Thomas has got some skills that really take him away from maintenance kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I'd rather continue using him, doing the things that he's really excited about doing, and hopefully get this gal working on maintenance, shipping, just mechanics, basic mechanic stuff. Then we'll see. So long as I can afford it, we'll see. I don't know if I can afford it really, but we'll do it until I can't do it anymore.
Right.
And then I'll do something else. What else? Just trying to rob you during the pandemic. Yeah, I think so, T-Bone. I really do. I think this whole business about the post office, slowing down on everything, not being able to do it, it's a bunch of crap. Not one post office worker was kept from working for the post office during COVID. They didn't have to cut back. Not even a little bit. They're just using it. It's the problem with allowing government employees to be unionized. That's absolutely ridiculous. It means that they can hold the entire nation hostage to their personal interests. And that's not what government's supposed to be. Soapbox. I'm sorry. Should that be soapboxing? I shouldn't be on my soapbox, should I? I should get off my soapbox.
Hey, this is Father Fish After Hours. If y'all knew what my daughter was doing. Morgan, your sister's being bad. She's over there being silly, making me laugh. But you're going to sing the national anthem here in just a couple of weeks. Call her out right now, Father.
There you go. All right. That's what we need. Huzzah, huzzah. If Cassie can do it, you can do it.
Oh, believe me, she's professional. She can do it.
Wow.
Look, she's rolling her eyes.
The airport has over 40 trailers unopened since June, sitting and untouched.
Can you
My
imagine
God.
that? They're talking about the postal service, how everything is messed up. Let's see. Alex had a comment about
That's
that.
insane.
Oh, what did you say, Alex? I had it on here. Something about the postmaster general. Whoever took over. My daughter came in and got me. See, it don't take much to confuse me. Sister-in-law. Oh, but new postmaster general Captain Idiot owns 87 million in FedEx stock.
What is this?
That was Alex at 6:45.
Sister Lockmo, who is in Baltimore, I think,
Yeah.
paid $25 for 2 day shipping from Consolidated Fish Farm in Florida. Came in 2 days. They probably have a contract with FedEx or one of the major shippers. They get a better break because they do a bigger volume. If you're just doing a few boxes a week, you can't get that price. So there is that advantage to buying from a big fish farm like Consolidated.
Yeah. Wonder what does Andre say about it? Does he have any luck?
I have not talked to him about it. He's shipping out. I don't know who he's shipping through, but he ships probably 150 to 200 packages a week. So I'm sure he's got a better price for that. I'll have to talk to him about it. Might be able to piggyback on him.
I was going to say, how close are you to him? Is there any way you could work with him?
About a 20-minute drive. Not bad at all.
Yeah. Or even if you could broker some of his fish through and let him do all the shipping of them.
Postmaster General owns 87 million in FedEx stock. Honest to God. Makes you crazy, doesn't it?
It does. It just feels like everything is just.
Vinny the Mooch, James is talking about. What? What, Vinny the Mooch?
Yeah, we got some different folks in here. I'm just so glad to see everybody. This is a good way to get us open back up because I'm really on a mission. We're going to get Fatherfish 5,000 subscribers by January 1st. I don't know. We're going to get them though.
Yeah, we need to get Thomas cranking them out. We need to get videos cranking. He did get one out today. Did you see my video? Did you see my video? Did you?
Snake Merchant.
Snake Merchant's right.
That's a good one. I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Rack from the River Life, which is the Pond Life. He's on live too right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
He is.
Oh. So we're stepping on Pond Life. What time is it? 6:50. Getting close.
6:50. I'm just so glad you're coming in and hanging out with everybody at night. It's a little more relaxing and
it's different, isn't it? It is a different feel. Mm-hmm. Probably because I'm here. I don't know. I thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought it was going to be much more kind of formal and techie, and it's kind of just the opposite so far.
Right.
And none of it makes sense. Not supposed to make sense. It don't make no sense.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
Nothing makes sense. That's right. Not supposed to make sense.
See what Lisa's up to. LP lurking. Glad to see her.
Dead Fred is in Baltimore.
Yes. Is Dead Fred in Baltimore?
Yes, he is. And I am. He works. He's a prison guard, I think.
Oh,
corrections.
I think
corrections.
I think Big Tank Hank is the corrections officer.
Oh, okay.
I may be wrong. Dead Fred, let me know if I'm wrong.
Is that right? I got mixed up.
Dead Fred he's come up and talked with us. Well, we probably don't have time for anybody to come up.
Who was I talking? Who do we have up when
Oh yeah, that was Big Tank Hank.
That was
When,
Big Tank.
yeah, when you kind of had your, well, you had a little speech that day. You had a little
Yeah,
something.
right, right. That was. I thought that was Dead Fred. That was not Dead Fred.
And Dead Fred came up and talked to us, and he was doing the, I may be totally wrong. He was talking about the nitrogen cycle, and we were talking about energy in the world, and just all kind of good stuff like that.
He's in Baltimore, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm dying to know if he knows Squeaky. And if he does, he'll know who I'm talking about.
Ah, he does surveillance
He's
on
the
the
mayor of Sandtown.
Yeah, Dead Fred says he does surveillance for a casino in Baltimore. And,
Oh, really? Wow.
and do you know who Father Fish is talking about? What was his name again? Squeaky?
Squeaky. Squeaky.
Yes. Fellow
He
Earth.
runs he runs a community center in Sandtown.
We need to drop your link too, Dead Fred. You've got a new video today about, I saw it come up on my notifications. He's always telling, because we are fellow earthlings with everything.
You bet.
Oh,
You
a
bet.
story before you go, Roxanne says, do you have a story for us before you go?
I've already got two. What?
I know, but you get to
Hey,
have another.
she's not
This
paying
is
attention.
Father Fish's bedtime stories.
I know. Oh, Lord. Let's see if something triggers something here.
Okay, let me see what's going on. Okay, yes, I'm in Baltimore.
Indoor fishing inside usually hits, he said he hits the hay around 5 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what that would be here. 5 in the morning PST. That'd be midnight.
Okay,
Here.
let's see. Benny the Mooch said,
3 in the 2, right.
is it
2,
two? Okay.
2 in the morning.
Oh, he's talking about booty ads in 1970 or so, 652, Benny the Mooch.
The Goody Eyes. Yeah.
I can remember when Goody ads first came into the States, 1970 or so, and there were no fish back then. They were a no fish back then.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's really true. A Mexican import.
Morgan said, story time, followed up by a national anthem by a sailor. She'll cuss you like a sailor too, Morgan. You better watch out.
What's Alex saying here? A little birdie said you created a story this morning on Jesse's channel. Yes, I did.
You sure did.
We need, actually, it was much too disruptive to even try to capture. I went back and listened to it and couldn't make any sense out of any of it. I was just obviously pissed off with that guy, and I made my feelings known. And he tried his best to defend himself.
Let's see.
I wasn't having any of it. So we finally just quit.
I think Roman had a question. Let me see if I can find it. Is it 5:51, I think, guys?
6:51. I don't have timestamps on mine. I can't tell. Can I do?
6:51.
Oh, I do. 6:51. Of course.
Okay. Is there someone who can explain to me how? He's talking about the video. Yeah. Do we have any information on the contest? Like, that's another way to grow the channel too. A lot of channels have contests and put it out on there, and it brings new people in to enter the contest.
Yeah, that didn't work real well. We've got, I think, about 15 or 20 contestants. So once Aquatic Conquest gets all this together, he's going to send it out to whoever, you and me or somebody, and we're going to look at them and we'll pick out the best couple of 2 or 3. And then we will be announcing winners and playing them on the morning stream around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it'll be a couple of weeks.
Let me make sure I got that. And there was another one too. Okay. And
I'll
Lisa
send
has something.
video to AC for the contest.
Where did
Um,
you?
what's his? It's a little late, but he'll still accept it, I'm sure. It's
Yeah.
what is it? Aquatic Conquest at AOL. What is this? I don't remember. What's his email address?
I don't either.
AC, post your email address.
Oh, Dead Fred said, I know about Squeaky, but I don't know Squeaky. Sandtown is South
Oh.
Baltimore. I live on the west side.
Okay. Squeaky's a good friend. It's a good old somebody I've known for years and just have a lot of respect for him.
We'll try to get.
Would love to get up there and work with him and help do some stuff. My daughter was involved with him extensively.
Okay.
He's
Oh.
he and his wife opened a community center in one of the roughest parts of Baltimore, and they did it on their own with no help from anybody. Took over an old derelict building, and have put together a really remarkable program that it works with. They work with a lot of kids, particularly younger kids. It's an after school kind of program. I don't know what they've been doing through COVID, but they do. My daughter has helped them with things like a winter coat drive, where she's been able to get literally 1,000 coats every year for the last number of years. And then they also do a big Christmas thing, and plus they have a summer program for kids. I was invited to participate one summer, and it just things fell apart. I couldn't do it. I think it was during a bad storm we had when I got up there. But a lot of really cool things happening in Baltimore that I would love to be a part of. I was deeply involved in all of that in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
I think T-Bone just sent you a super chat.
Oh, all
Thank
right.
you, T-Bone. Hey, Vinny's Aquatics. We'll find out because a lot of people, it's the same thing that Alan Tooth had problems with. Like the files are large where they're making the videos, to send in for the contest, and it's like it's not letting you send the files because they're too large. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to.
Well, if you will put it on your channel and then send the link to Aquatic Conquest, then
Yeah,
we can do it that way. Thank you, T-Bone, for the super sticker. Appreciate it very, very much. It's very kind of you.
Lisa had a question about food, and I think I lost it during all that. Oh. It was about, vitamins. Does vitamins do any? I guess maybe adding vitamins to fish foods. Do they sell fish vitamins? I'm sure they do. Be sure.
Yeah, the comments are really blowing by us, aren't they? How many people are up? I can't see it.
We got 46 watching, 43 likes.
Oh, okay.
And yes, Thomas, we did put that link in here. Hold on I'm assuming he's talking about the.
Yeah, Myrtle is suggesting to Roman that he can save the video in a Google Drive folder and send that link via email.
Yes, anybody that can help in those situations, because I need help with that stuff too. I mean, I've just learned all this in the past 2 months, even just how to get up here with you guys. So I'm still learning. I'm trying to find Jess's video. I'll get that shared. I think I got the link here somewhere. I did.
Oh, Dead Fred said I'll have to try to get in touch with Squeaky. Sandtown's a rough part of Baltimore. It absolutely is. Wonder how they're faring in the pandemic. I don't know. I've not been in touch with them for a while. Not since last, the first of the year. We were kind of going around on some stuff then. And then I was planning to be up there this past summer, but COVID kind of locked everything down. I couldn't make it.
Hey, Chubbs. Okay. Yeah, we've got the Hey Simple Fish Keeping. There's our other young young fella that we've been talking about. He's here.
Who is this?
This is Simple Fish Keeping. I was talking about him the other morning. He's another one that, another young
Is
man
that
in our.
Joey?
No, this is a different one. I'm not sure what your first name is, but I shared his link a couple of days ago when we were talking about Joey and a fish with a YouTube channel and just talking about all these fantastic young men coming up in the hobby. Thank you, honey. I don't know if I've missed anything. It's after 7. It's 7:08. We time flies when you're having fun.
Right. Well, what did I do? I just lost.
Uh-oh.
There it is. Got it back.
Hey, and
Thomas, T-Bone, Thomas. So Lee is talking about having trouble getting on Discard. He should not be having trouble. Thomas, could you post the link for Discord?
No, Sister Lotmo. She was asking about blending garlic with the tetratropical granules, and the fish are eating it long term. Would it be a problem? No, that's absolutely fine, isn't it, Father Fish?
Yeah, you bet.
Yep. I'm gonna make sure okay. Oh, Jesse's done with her horseback. His name is Zach. Is Simple Fish Keeping.
Hi, Zach.
Can you give people, if anybody's still got his link? I was going to tell him he could drop it, but we need to have another wrench party here in another sometime. I don't know if we can do it.
We can. Yeah, I'm having trouble because I'm only working with one screen here, so it's a little confusing.
I'm gonna see if I can find his link real quick before we leave, if that's okay. He's another one. I've invited him to if he wants to come up one day, and I think that's kind of interesting to talk to all the young people in the.
Yeah, you bet.
Because that's how we all started out, little kids.
That's right.
And dreaming at the fish, looking at the aquariums and wishing we could go someplace like Father Fish's. Oh my gosh!
I get so excited when I have kids come in.
I was crazy.
Yeah.
Admit it, every weekend. Okay, let's see if I can find his. I did have it, but I'm not sure where it went. Somebody may drop it before I do, but there it is. Make sure I got the right one. Nope, that's the wrong one.
All right, we're kind of running over here.
Well,
let me see if I get back to you.
I'll make sure I drop it again in the morning, Zach. Happy birthday, Chubbs. What? Happy birthday to you.
Really?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chubbs.
Happy birthday
to you. I have to.
All right. All right. We're gonna get a little Lee up here. Get a little joy in the bones.
That's right.
There we go.
I hope everybody had a good time. We need to watch Lee's snail video again. My fish don't like me anymore.
I love it. I love it. Did I play that this morning?
I played it this morning. It's absolutely adorable. Father Fish has been here for a month now. Yes.
Bye-bye, everybody.
We will get
See you all in the morning. We'll probably be back here at 6 tomorrow.
All right. Love you guys. See y'all in the morning. Our sound's down again. I don't know what's. We barely hear it. Over to you, I love Father Fish. It's fabulous, Taylor.
It is fun. Great fun. Wonder if I can get that. Want to see if I can get that up. His new song, which I dearly love. Be fun to play it. We'll go off with it. Let's see if it's here. I think it's here.
Thank you, Dead Fred.
What is that? That ain't the one I want.
Thank you all. Hey, Shindy.
Here it is.
This is great. Y'all be prepared. Thank you, Sister Lotmo. Love you, Lee. Love you, Alex. Love you, Chevy, Melvin, Muppet, Petraman, Tiffany, Drool, Lori. I'm just going to keep doing it till I hear it singing. Dead Fred, Chubbs, Roxanne, Marco, T-Bone, David Mann, Lori. I said Lori because I can tell her that twice. Can y'all hear it?
Snails. Oh. Oh.
I feel a tear running down my face.
I know. Frogs. No.
This is when we fell in love with you, Lee. We fell in love with you from the beginning. And hello, Sue.
No. Oh. I love it.
I do too.
I love it. I love it. Goodbye, you all. Delighted to be with you.
Love you. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning or in the evening or
Just
whenever.
whenever.
Not for now.
Hey, with you,
Bye,
you popped in a couple times all over the place today.
Really? I've just been jumping around. Nice to see you, Mary. Thank you.
Bye. Good night.
Thanks
Love
so
you.
much. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
God bless.